All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that tells us truth, and much respect to the Akim Matalabed in his work, and also to the believers scattered across the four corners of the earth, the hopeful elect, to USA. Shalom. So yeah, I just want to go into a quick lesson, Lord willing, will be edifying and comforting and a faith booster for the hopeful elect, as concerning Esau's counsel. All right, this man's agenda to wipe out the Israelites and to destroy the remnant, okay, who have this testimony that believe in this truth, and which this man is not going to succeed in none of that. All right, he's not going to succeed in anything outside of the Lord's will. And that's what you got to understand in this truth, is the fact that the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Shai, is in control of everything, including the evil will of Esau, just for his purposes. Okay, if Esau really wanted to defy the Most High, all he would have to do is to get rid of the chip. Okay, Revelation 13 and 16 is a major chapter within prophecy. If he really wanted to defy the Most High, all he would have to do is get rid of the chip. Okay, but as we can see, this man is going full board ahead with the Lord's counsel and what the Lord said that he would do. And so when you understand who's really in control, this gives you comfort. It boosts your faith in the testimony of our Lord Yahweh Shai, knowing that this man is not in control of himself, but it's the Most High who's controlling the mind of Esau. And it's proven in Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So Esau can't help but to push forward with his wicked agenda, because what the Most High has put it within his heart to do this, to fulfill his will. Okay, just so the Lord could be glorified. Proverbs 16 and 4, the Lord that created all things, or made all things for himself, yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. All right, so Esau cannot be righteous. If he could, then that would be pretty much him triumphing the Most High just off of that. If he could be righteous, then he would be going outside of the will of the Most High, but we see that he can. All right, so Proverbs 21 and 30 tells us that there is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against the Lord. So again, there is no counsel against the Lord. Everything is created perfectly as far as the Lord's story is concerned, whether it be on the left-hand side or the right-hand side. And again, the Lord's counsel is going to stand, as you get in what Isaiah 46 and 10, declaring the end from the beginning, and from the ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. All right? So Esau is doing exactly what the Most High wants him to do. And so this gives us faith at the end of the day, knowing that the Most High is behind everything that we see going on, and that he has woken us up and given us his testimony to believe in, to ultimately obtain this faith so that we may be saved. So Romans 13 and 1 says, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. Further proving that point. All right. Now I want to go into an example of how Esau is pretty much mirroring what the Most High did unto King Nebuchadnezzar. All right, Nebuchadnezzar during the time of that Babylonian captivity. All right, this man's rulership, speaking about Esau, is a direct reflection from that rulership. So during the time of Jeremiah, Daniel, Ezekiel. Okay. So this further shows us who's in control. Now let's go to Jeremiah 27 and verse 5. It says, I have made the earth, the man and the beast that are upon the ground, by my great power and by my outstretched arm, that being Yahweh Shai, and have given it unto whom it seemeth meet unto me. All right, for his what? His purposes, for his will. 6. And now have I given all these lands into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. And this Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, is symbolic for Esau today, who is the modern day king of Babylon. And it says right here, my servant. So the Most High calls Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, his servant. And going into the word servant, it just means a slave. Okay? So everything is ministering unto the Most High, whether it be in our righteousness or wickedness. So yeah, this word for servant in the Hebrew 5650, you get a slave. A slave, a servant, a manservant. Alright? So let's go back. It says, my servant and the beasts of the field have I given him, or have I given him also to serve him. And it says, and all nations shall serve him. Okay? And all nations shall serve him. Now what is going on today? We see all nations incorporated within this beast system serving who? Esau Edom, the modern day king of Babylon. It says, and his son and his son's sons, until the very time of his land come. Alright, until this man's end. It says, and then many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of him. So we see the direct reflection of the king of Babylon back then and the modern day Babylon dealing with Esau. Alright. Now when we go to Revelation 13 and start at verse 5, alright. And it says, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. This is speaking about the fourth beast. Alright, the newly revised Roman beast system, the womb that was healed. It says, and power was given. The key word is given. It was given by who? The Most High. Unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth and blasphemed against the Most High. Alright, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. Why? Because of the Lord's purpose. It says, and it was given him, or slack it, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. You see that? So Esau today dealing with this beast system, starting with America when they came over here and took over the natives, the northern tribe. All right, this man was given. All right, power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations, as we see today, man. See, and all that dwell upon earth shall worship him whose name is not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. All right, only ones that can be written in the book of life are the Israelites. So it was set up for this man to rule for the Lord's purpose, just like you see back during the time of ancient Babylon with King Nebuchadnezzar. All right. So 7 says, and all nations shall serve him, and his son and his son's sons, until the very time of his land come. And then many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of him. It says, and it shall come to pass that the nation and kingdom which would not serve the same Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, and that would not put their neck under the yoke of the king of Babylon, that nation will I punish. And this is what the Most High has done unto these other nations who have not submitted themselves unto modern day Babylon. They have been punished. All right, that's why you see Esau and America going over to these other nations, you know, putting sanctions on people. All right, bombing different continents because they wouldn't submit themselves into the beast, that being Esau and his beast system. See that? It says, again, that nation will I punish, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashmashah, with the sword and with the famine and with the pestilence, until I have consumed them by his hand. You see, so the Most High is using the hand of Esau, all right, or the hand of whatever king it may be. In today's time, it's Esau, to punish these other nations. You see that? So this lets you know who's really in control. All right. Now Nebuchadnezzar, once he was given his power, he became prideful because he thought that he had gotten on his own. Let's go to Daniel 4 and verse, let's see, verse 29. It says this. It says, at the end of 12 months he walked in the palace of the kingdom of Babylon. All right, Nebuchadnezzar pretty much set up, man. It says, the king spake and said, is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and for the honor of my majesty? So he was boasting like he had done this on his own. Now get this, 31. It says, while the word was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken, the kingdom is departed from thee at that very moment. All right. Now let's see here. And it says, and they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field. They shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and 7 times shall pass over thee 7 years, until thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. All right. So Nebuchadnezzar waxed proud and boasted in his power, just like you see Esau doing today. But what happened? He was humble. All right. He was humble. And that's a direct reflection of what's going to happen to Esau during this time. Okay, so let's go to Isaiah 10 and let's see, in verse 12. All right, it says, wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Lord hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, all right, that's going to be the time in which our affliction is going to be up. It says, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria. All right, and the modern day king of Assyria is who? Esau. And the glory of his high looks. For he said, by the strength of my hand have I done it. All right, now this is what Esau is saying today, just like Nebuchadnezzar. He's saying, by my hand I've gotten these riches. Okay, let's continue reading. It says, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. And my hand hath found out as a nest the riches of the people, and as one gathereth eggs that are left, have I gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved the wing, or opened the mouth, or peep. All right, no one could stop this man. So 15 says, shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth it therewith? All right, so you got the axe, who is Esau, boasting itself against the one that's using it. All right, just like Nebuchadnezzar. Or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it, as a rod should shake itself against them that lift it up? Whereas if the staff should lift up itself as if it were no wood. So these tangible objects, which are weapons, okay, have no use unless someone is swinging it. So who is swinging these weapons? That would be the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Shai, man, who has given this man the power to do this. You see? So this man boasting himself, as you get in the book of Obadiah, the pride of his heart have deceived him. All right? And the Most High put it in his heart to be proud like that. Okay? So one thing that we can take from this is that the Most High is going to allow a remnant to escape. When you scroll on down to verse 20, it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, and we're escaped right now through this knowledge. All right? We've been anointed by the truth. Shall no more stay, okay, or shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. It says the remnant shall return, not might return, but shall return, even the remnant of Jacob unto the mighty power. All right? So this is speaking about the remnant who would turn back unto Yahweh Bashim Shai through this testimony. All right? Who are going to be preserved from the wrath. Now, let's go to Isaiah 59 real quick. In verse 20 it says, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord. Okay, so the ones that the Lord has called to turn from transgression, to believe in his truth, well, they're going to be saved. And this is our faith, man. This is what we believe in. So Esau has no power outside of Yahweh Bashim Shai, man. All right, we got to understand that this is all the work of the Lord to fulfill his will, all right, and to show his power so that he might be glorified. So Isaiah 46 and verse 9, remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am power, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from the ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure, man. All right, so this is what we put our hope in. Yahweh Bashim Shai coming through with his word, which is faithful and true. All right, and he's going to preserve the ones that he's going to preserve, the ones that are sanctified by this truth. So with that, Lord willing, you're edified. Till next time I say, Shalom.